Is it a good time for an IRRRL? It's February 2024. If you have an active VA loan right now, you might be getting stuff in the mail advertising an IRRRL. An IRRRL is an interest rate reduction refinance loan. It's a streamlined refinance product by the VA. It's a wonderful product for when rates drop in the marketplace. It allows you to drop your interest rate on your mortgage. There's no appraisal, there's no income verification, no employment verification, meaning it's a streamlined product. So it's easy, it's cheap, it costs half a point if you don't have disability that exempts you from the VA funding fee. So mainly you're just paying title fees and that half a point, and it's all rolled into the new mortgage. So I would say it almost always makes sense. It doesn't make sense if you're going to sell. If you plan to sell your house in 6 to 12 months, maybe the next year and a half, then I probably wouldn't do it at all. I don't think a refinance makes sense in that case. But if you do plan on hanging on to your house, living in it for a few more years, renting it out, you want to drop your rate to increase your monthly cash flow, then an IRRRL almost always makes sense, all right? And it doesn't have to still be your primary residence, okay? That's an important point. So when you buy a house with a VA loan, yes, it's got to be your primary residence. You have to move in within 60 days, all the normal guidelines. Same thing with a cash out, VA cash out refinance. But with an IRRRL, an interest rate reduction refinance loan, the streamlined VA refi, it doesn't still have to be your primary residence. So remember that. If you bought a house a few years ago, VA loan, you've since PCS'd or moved away, and now you've kept it, it's become a rental property for you, you can still do an IRRRL under the same guidelines as if you still live there. Okay, but back to the original topic, is it a good time to do it? Personally, I wouldn't do it right now because I think rates are going to go down later this year. The feds did not lower rates in February. They may or may not in March, but they keep saying that they're going to later this year. And they still saying 3 or 4 rate cuts coming later this year. So if you can hang on, I think you might have better opportunities around the corner. Maybe summer, fall of this year. So summer, fall 2024, I would plan on an IRRRL. But it does depend on what your rate is currently. There are guidelines of how much we have to lower it. We have to lower it by at least 0.5%, and we have to recoup the cost of the IRRRL in 36 months as per VA regulations. So if you want to run those numbers and calculate your break-even point and see if it's worth it for you, give me a shout. Numbers 404-769-5795. That's in the description below. And if you have comments about VA IRRRLs, I would love to hear them. Drop them in the comments below. Thanks. Bye.